affected by gang stalking. Now, what gang stalking is, it's a group of people who are either one, being paid, as some people believe, by the government or some government agency to single them out and attack them. And that may be true in some cases for whistleblowers and people who are affiliated with the government and they know something that could upset a lot of high paying officials. That may be true, but that doesn't constitute the whole government. It constitutes certain agencies within the government or the government body in whichever land these people reside in. Then the second thing you have, which is the private sector. The private sector would be people with court cases. When there's a lot of money involved, and if there's some crookedness or there's some uncertainty, like I have something that's worth a lot of money and I want to sell it and I know that somebody else exists out there and it belongs to them, what do I do in that case? Think of a person who has a wicked mindset, a person who knows that they're doing something wrong, they're doing something illegal, but they're just so attached to this thing and what the money that it could bring that they're willing to do whatever it takes. And whatever it takes means that person who has an attachment to this thing should never be aware that I'm in possession of this thing and then take out what is called a hit on them. Sometimes gang stalking forms in the guise of a hit, taking out a hit on a person, taking out a contract on them. You got to look and see, if you don't know who's gang stalking you and you're being attacked with these V2K, how many different voices are you hearing? How many different accents are you hearing? And you'll know if it's a hit or not. I believe, even with the so-called government agencies or with the private sector, it could be just somebody hurting somebody else too and taking out a hit on a person because they don't want it to go to court. It could be anything at all. Anything at all could be contributing to what is called mob stalking or gang stalking or cyberbullying. Now, cyberbullying is a part of gang stalking because it's a whole array, a whole arsenal of weapons formed against a person, a family, or a group of people. It depends on what the nature of the ideas this person carry or the information they carry or a group of people carry. Now, in my case, what I feel is, I feel like I'm being pressed. You ever feel like you're being pressed in, closed in, hemmed in, and being made to feel like you're just this two like a 1/10 of an inch, not a whole inch, but like 1/10 of an inch, and you have zero power to do anything or to accomplish anything or to feel like you're that you can actually fight back or fight them in a court of law. That's where I am right now. They hem in. They're a mixture of Americans and Guyanese. That's my birth country. They're a mixture of the two places, and they hem me in. I feel hemmed in. I feel boxed in. I can't smell anything. I cannot smell anything. I feel like I'm swelling up. One, I cannot stand drugs. I think drug dealers should be dealt with more harshly. I personally don't see the point in drugs. All it does is that it alters your feeling. It all ends the same way, doesn't it? It makes you feel sleepy and tired. It doesn't give you clarity. Like some people say they would use some kind of drug and they get clarity. If you don't know shit, you ain't gonna learn it using the drugs. All you'll do is feel clear. Your delivery of your own information that you've absorbed over the years, that you've learned over the years, will come out. If you don't know how to spell whether you're on drugs, whether you're not on drugs, if you use drugs, you're not going to know how to spell it then. On drugs. It doesn't make sense to me to use drugs. I mean, why when you can do it naturally? I'm a big believer in EFT, which is the tapping of the points, and the Sedona method to release inhibitions. Set yourself free to accomplish whatever you want, wherever you want it, for as much as you want, to to achieve stuff. Drugs will make you sit on the sidewalk with scabs all over. That's not an accomplishment. I'm trying to show I don't use drugs. I can't stand it. I used to smoke pot as a teenager. And I have some gummies that I bought. I thought maybe if they're taking adrenochrome from the back of my neck, if I use the gummies, then they'll probably stop because they don't want to get high with that because they're forever telling me how pristine their bodies are. It didn't help. But my point is, I feel hemmed in. I feel boxed in. I feel like my bones are just so tired and weary. I am working, and my job is a physical one because I have to go somewhere and take care of people who are infirmed. When I try to work online, I'm being blocked in every way. Every way, even an online job with a platform that's not my business now. It's an online. Everything that could go wrong. It's now working on the desktop. It's barely working on the laptop. Even the tech support that they offer has no idea what the hell is going on. The guy got exhausted and he said, "Well, BB, I don't know what to tell you here." It's working for other people with worse equipment or worse set of uh, uh, a disk and a monitor, as a PC and a monitor combination, and older ones or ones that are more faulty or barely has enough room or space, and they're finding it okay. They're working, but not me. No, no, not me. Not me. As soon as you get something to work, something else goes wrong. Because people are deliberately doing this. They are deliberately doing this. So, with this being said, it's like I'm just. Hi, Michael. I just. It's just kind of hard for me. I'm just feeling like pressured. I feel hemmed in. I feel boxed in, and that they're forever throwing what they stole from me. That's two places: money from my dad, money from my grandma. The proceeds. She had some stamps that are very. Why I keep bringing them up is not because this is like the only thing I live for. When this started back in 2020, I started racking my brain wondering, what is this about? I'm not a whistleblower. I'm a person very low key. I don't even drive a car. I have a fear of driving. I take the bus everywhere I go or an Uber. I don't even have a traffic ticket. I'm a very low key person. What could have brought this on? Then I remember the stamps. The same cover story where my grandfather was staying, all they say, well, they don't have it. My grandfather didn't have it. The same thing is happening with my dad's money. The people are just saying simply they don't have it. The same story both places. They get a kick out of it. Seemed to me there's a common denominator in the two places. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're under duress from other people and they're using me. I have no idea what happened here. I have no idea what happened. If one said this, they hired them to mess with me and then they started taking advantage of them and then they brought me into it, I have no idea. To threaten them. I don't know. If you play with fire, you're going to get burned. If you took it there with low lives, you are going to get in trouble with those low lives one day. This is how the world works. If you get entangled with low lives, you are going to feel the wrath of the low lives when they run out of money and they come looking again. This is how the world works. They know you have money that you shouldn't have. You're the one they're going to come after. I don't know if that's the case of what happened here. But anyway, I just wanted to get this off my chest. It's just feel like I'm being squeezed in. I don't know if it's something they're putting in my food or my environment. I can't even smell anything. And I feel like I'm being tilted forward, like my head being pushed forward like this all the time. I don't know where that comes from. But if anybody has any advice on how to handle this, please help me. Because my body feels really tired. And I work, but I'm not doing that much to be this tired. I really need some advice on how to combat this, how to help this. I'm asking, please help me. Please just give me some advice on how to deal with this. I know you're all going through the same thing or something similar in your own environment, and I really feel for you. I really feel for you. And I just, the support actually goes a long way. Just to say a kind word, maybe here or there, a kind word or an encouraging word, it helps. So, thank you in advance.